Well, we woke up this morning and batteries were like, I don't know, 20, 24 volts. Normally I'll get up in the morning and fire up the generator and bring the batteries up to charge, but I was like, oh, they're 24 volts and my system won't shut off for a while yet. So I'm going to go ahead and make some coffee. Oh, that's some crazy hair. Anyway, so I turned on the Keurig and then the batteries pulled down and started beeping, giving me the alarm. So I fired up the generator. I have the remote button. Hit the remote button. And the generator came on just fine. And the batteries just kept beeping. So on the inverter, it's not showing utility power coming in. And I've reset the generator. Checked all the breakers on the generator. We got it going off a 30 amp plug. And nothing. So I turned off the inverter to give it a hard reset, waited the 10 seconds, turned it back on, then refired up the generator. Still nothing. It's just pulling off the batteries. It's not trying to pull off utility power. So what we're going to go ahead and do, I got to first see if we have some wire nuts. I'm going to try to take that inverter offline and just go right directly from generator power right into the fuse panel, the way I used to have it originally until we got that inverter. That inverter did really nice when we first got it, but I don't know, it was not your most high-end inverter as far as price point. I don't know where my oh, that's my electrical stuff. But anyway, let me get digging through this if we can. Find some wire nuts. There we go. I knew I kept some in here. Those are a little big. Do I have smaller ones? I do not. That's alright. We'll go with this. So we'll go back inside and probably won't be talking a whole lot. And you can just watch me struggle, I guess. But let's get in there. Figure it out. All right. So need a little flathead screwdriver. Is that even little enough? Nah, dog. Let's see. I know I got some tiny ones. I don't know if that's gonna reach in there. And we'll just try to take this thing offline, huh?
Just run straight for the Jenny.
So I don't know why. I mean, everything seems to be functioning. The fan's going and it's going off the battery power, but it's not charging. Wonder if there's a fuse in this somewhere, but huh?
Something in the inverter?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. But I want power now, so I'm gonna just do some. I guess we'll pull those out.
Smart.
Hmm?
You're so smart.
I don't know about that. Remember the old cry 6 times until you buy the right one? I probably should have spent the little extra money and bought something that...
That was expensive, wasn't it?
Huh?
Wasn't that expensive?
It wasn't terribly expensive. I mean, it was like $500.
I wonder if you got a warranty on it.
I don't know. Alright, now we're going to try doing it this way and just completely bypass and try not to catch shit on fire. till I can get a new inverter. Where did I put those? Well, this should give us power, because now we're not even coming in. Now it's like it was back in the day when we started. I'm gonna throw some wire nuts on this, and then some electrical tape, and get it put up out of the way. And then we should see power. But we'll just be running gas all day. Black to black, green to green, white to white. And that is connected. And just for safety's sake, I'm gonna throw a wad of electrical tape around these just so they don't disconnect, come apart. I'll struggle to getting that off later. All right, that's what we got. We're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna leave you guys there, and you tell me if any sparks happen when I start this generator. Plug this in and start the Jenny. Alright. Something should have happened. Nope. So it wasn't the inverter. Well, now we got to do some deeper thinking. I just did all that for nothing. I thought for sure it was the inverter, and it turns out it's going to be the generator. All right, more troubleshooting. All right, so before, the generator had a 110 plug-in like that we plug in, but that was on the end of this big thick cord that I just showed you, runs up and over to the cabin. Well, last time we were out here, I put this cord in, this end on, this 30 amp, just because I liked the way it locked in, and it wouldn't rattle out. So it kind of goes in there, and then you turn it, and then it can't pull out, so it wouldn't vibrate out. That's why I switched that end, because we used to have this in here, and sometimes it would vibrate and come out just a little bit and not get us power, and I just didn't like it, didn't think it was safe. But I'm wondering if I wasn't the problem here. When I put this, I thought I cranked it all down and got it all wired in tight, and it ran great for, I don't know, 2 weekends we've been out here. But that's all I can think that changed, is I put that new plug in. So maybe something came loose, maybe a wire broke in there. Maybe I cranked it too tight. So I'm going to get into this plug-in. We'll see what's going on. If I don't see anything obvious, it could be this outlet. Even though these breakers, 30 amp, they're all showing good. Maybe they got a fuse. I'll have to read up on that, but I might have to go back to this 110 plug and not this 30 amp. So we'll let me get you guys set down, get my tools, and we'll get this taken apart and see where we're at. All right, so this is where we are. I took that, whoa, I'm losing screws. I took that 30 amp plug off. I don't know where that screw came from. Oh yeah, I do. It was in that thing. All right. Took that 30 amp plug off. Put one of those jobbers on there. and we are going to just see if this plug failed on me. I did take this panel off and look behind it just to see if there's any obvious fuses. I didn't see anything. This is a generator, has 100 hours on it, not that many. But I'd be pretty sad if this plug just didn't handle it when I fired and did short it out or something, and then I don't know what I'm going to do if that plug's bad, or I don't know why it would be bad. But we're going to plug this in, and we're going to see if it's that plug, or if it's... I know the generator's working because I did plug into this earlier with the coffee pot just to see. So I eliminated that. The generator's not generating power. So we know the generator's generating power. And we know the inverter was working because we were feeding off battery power. I'm thinking it's that plug, but let's turn it all back on here. And everything inside, let's see if we'll have power. Go inside, see if lights are on. Oh, do we have lights? That is the question. And it appears we have power. Alright, so it was that 30 amp plug was bad on that brand new generator. So let's see here. Oh yeah, where was the plug? So now I got to turn everything back off, put this mess back together so that it'll charge the batteries, because I was thinking it was the inverter, but thank God it wasn't. And so I'll get that all buttoned back up, panel put back on, and we'll be back in business. Alright, simple fix, just took some figuring out. Alright, I think we got it. So, got the covers put back on, got the wires back in, and we are charging. So, the issue all along wasn't the inverter, that's good. The issue was that 30 amp plug out there at that generator. I don't know what went bad on it. I didn't see any fuses when I took it apart, but we are charging. Back to simple living. Alright, we don't have to live off the grid. Alright. We'll check back in later. We're probably going to pull out of the cabin today. And I won't film or time-lapse that, I don't think, going back. But it was just a lot of editing, trying to do a time-lapse and add music and cut out my swearing and my cursing and my camera falling over. But yeah, we're probably going to pull out of the cabin today, head back home. We got a lot of projects to get done. Right before we left, I got the bobcat stuck. Buried her pretty good, so we're going to get that pulled out of there. And we got to build a chicken pen. Our chickens are little chicks that we had that are starting to get a little big, and get them out of the garage because they are stinky. But those are our projects we got for tonight and tomorrow. But we'll keep filming, keep showing you and taking you along the way. Kind of cleaning up here now, getting ready to packing up some stuff and getting ready to head home. But I think before we do that, we're gonna make us some nachos for lunch, sit on the deck, play some cards, and just enjoy the last couple hours before we head out of here. Wanted to give a shout out to Amber. She made us some Rusty Pearl cabin hoodies, so that was pretty cool. She got herself one of those, what's it, I don't know what the hell they're even called, grasshopper, cockroach machines, crickets maybe. So she's got one of those going, and she's just cranking out all kinds of mugs and sweaters and stuff. It's pretty cool. She did a good job. But she made one. Why do I hold it like that? Anyway, she made some for everybody. And really good friends of ours, and they got a cabin just up the way from us, which is nice, having good friends, close friends. When they're out here, they check on our cabin. When we're here and they're gone, we check on theirs. But we're just gathering up some things, cleaning up, picking up trash, and we'll take our burnable trash when we leave, so we don't have to haul it out. We burn that in the burn barrel, and so all the paper towels and paper plates and things we use, we burn that. Keeps it clean around here, and it saves on space hauling garbage out of here. Beer bottles and foil and things like that we pack out, but try to keep the clutter around here to a minimum, but it's hard when you don't. I don't know if I'm a pack rat, but I do like keeping stuff that I think we're going to use. This was a little project I did last summer. I just built this little lean-to here and got a space heater for when we come out in the winter, because those tracks, we cross that creek and that creek's always flowing, so we put the space heater on the tracks just to blow off any ice that may build up. And then we got the snow blower keeping the trail to the outhouse, and we got a riding lawnmower, and we got this four-wheeler back here, the old Kawasaki. That thing just keeps on going. And anyway, I like to have a little bigger garage space or shop space for doing projects when I come out. We're thinking about maybe putting a little shop back in there. And then this is just something my boy and I, when we first built the property, or cleaning the property, we just scabbed this together with stuff we had. And we had the generator in here for a while. It's just a little spot. We got some gold pan and stuff, and a little dredge in there, a little 2-inch dredge. And I don't know if I'm going to try to side it and save it just for sentimental reasons, because the boy and I threw that together 10 years ago, or if I'll just tear it down. I don't know. But like I said, we're going to have us some nachos and sit on the deck. One of the projects I did do this weekend when we were out here, so we mounted a TV out here on the deck. So got a TV on the deck, we'll throw a game on or some music on while we're sitting out here with our good idea juices, playing cards or hanging out.
Iced tea.
It's iced tea. I'm told it's iced tea. It's not good idea juice. Those are good idea juices. But how was your time at the cabin?
Good.
We got a pretty nice hoodie on there. The Rusty Pearl. That's the what we call the cabin here. From that rusty wall that we have, tin on the outside, we just named it the Rusty Pearl. But alrighty, so we're gonna get to it, play some cards, and teach these girls how it's done. are loading up. Oh, I got a damn hand in the way. Loading up. Turning off propanes. We got the generator running just to top up our batteries so they'll charge when we get back. Played some cards. Fixed our generator issue we had this morning. And yeah, we're getting ready to head out. So, leaving some gas out here so I don't have to mess with it when I get back. Make sure all our propane tanks are off. Get dogs loaded up. Cover up the generator, and I think we're out of here. Shut off that.
Starlink.
Oh, I gotta gather up the Starlink. And take the Starlink with me this time so I can take it out to our bear stand, because where my stand's at, I don't have signal. And I don't trust that inReach. I have sent messages. Oh shit, what is my hand? My hand. Hi, hand. I've sent messages from that bear stand. And after I got one of my bears, and nobody got it. Nobody got the message. I'm sitting out there thinking I've got help coming, but I didn't. So we're gonna take the Starlink with us. We got that one on roaming. Like our Starlinks, we have one at the house, and then I've got one out here for the cabin. And that little one is that Mini, Starlink Mini. So that'll just fit in my hunting bag, and I'll take that, get that down, take that with us to the cabin. But we're pretty much packed up. Cabin's closed up. Deck's cleaned up. All our propanes are off. And it's dark in here. But closed up and ready for the next time we come out here. All right, we will maybe film some going down our trail and getting out of here. But all right, it's all locked up. Generator's covered. People are packed in there. We do what's called a bear board. I don't know what, just a board with a shit ton of screws put through it. That way if a bear pushes his way in here, he'll step on that. Can't get into our cabin, because bears getting in cabins will wreak havoc. But, all right, we're gonna head out of here. I'm gonna pass the camera off to Sue. She can film the bumpy ride until we decide not to film no more. So here's Sue. She's in charge of you.
Lucky people. Goodbye, my friend. We'll see you.
Dogs, you stink.
See you next week.
Not next week.
Come on.
It's gonna be a month.
Shut up. Ow. Ow.
It's alright, bud. It's hot in here.
Yep. Love it.
This side by is a sauna.
You did turn that kerosene off,
I
right?
turned it off.
Sorry, it's a little bumpy. Trying to hold on to this thing.
I'd go ahead and just shut her off here. We'll pick it up when we get in the back of the snow. Alright, we are loaded up. We just got to get her strapped down. Make sure all the doors are shut. So we got these Vivor ramp, these aluminum ramps. We used to have the old steel ones that slid down in the pockets. And God, those things were heavy. These things you just carry with one hand, and they are so light. So much better than those old ramps we used to use. I just keep them back here in the back of the truck. So, highly recommend these ramps. If you go out a lot and you have those old metal ramps that slide in the pockets of your trailer, get yourself some of these. And they actually hold up pretty good. I've this heavy son of a gun doesn't even flex them. I've loaded my Bobcat on them, and they're pretty good. So we're just gonna check our stuff back here. I don't like that. I don't think that's going anywhere. Oh yeah, she's good. Our garbage that we pull out that we didn't burn. Doors are closed. All right, I just got to strap down the front and we're heading back to town. On to more projects. All right, catch up with you probably when we get back to town.
With his father. And along the way, Frank discovered that his father was carrying $5,000 in cash, just in a big wad with a rubber band wrapped around it, and just laying it out on the table in the hotel. And the reason given was in case they hit a flea market.
Still snow up here in the pass. It is a beautiful drive coming up here through this pass. On our way back from the cabin, and it is a beautiful day out there, big valley, sunny, snowy, dry roads, no mud. Normally we'll come through here on our way to the cabin or on our way home from the cabin. Well, actually, there looks like some tracks up there. Actually, that might be grizzly or something. Those are probably grizzly tracks. Let's see. They're definitely not caribou tracks. I don't think I'm gonna be able to zoom in on them. Where'd they go? Oh, I lost them. There's a hill. Oh yeah, there they are.
Looks like caribou down at the bottom.
Yeah, that's not caribou though. These are caribou tracks down here. Going up. I guess it could be caribou. They sure look very wide-stanced. There. This is the I'll go stand by it for reference. I'll have Sue hold the camera. And you can see how tall this snowdrift is. You got it, baby.
pretty tall. He's 6 foot.
What? That's at least 12 feet tall.
Yeah.
So it was, what year was it, honey? It was Easter 2020, maybe 2020. Might have been 2020. Might have even been, it was probably before that because it was before COVID. We came out to our cabin with some friends and their kids, and right here there was an avalanche. And sadly, I had to call into work because I was trapped by an avalanche and couldn't make it to work when I tried to come home. So yeah, that was miserable. We went home and had some more Good Idea juice, and luckily we keep food at the cabin, so we had plenty of food, and we ate sandwiches and soups and hung out there till the state was able to get the road punch back open, and then we made it home and sadly had to go back to work. But it is some beautiful country. I'm pretty blessed to be out here and have this as our backyard. We do love being out at our cabin and then getting to explore all of this territory. Okay, we're gonna keep on trucking. We will probably next check-in will be once we're at home in the driveway. Bye. We made it home and got the side-by unloaded. Cooler's empty. Dirty laundry is in the laundry room. We're gonna go ahead and get this side-by off of the trailer, because we're gonna take the tracks off of it eventually for next time we go out to the cabin. So we're gonna get this offloaded, because then we'll load up that side-by and put old Maggie on the trailer and get ready to head out to the bear stand on my next days off. But like I said in the previous little clip, tomorrow is a big day of trying to get that bobcat unstuck, and got that roller compactor, the vibrator stopped working on it, so I gotta fix that, because I got my contractor coming here this week. We're gonna put in that other lift of gravel, compact it out, and then we'll be ready for concrete. I dug that hole. Let's see if I can get over here without falling on my face. I dug that hole out there because I think that's where I'm going to stem in the septic line. So I just wanted to have a reference point that'll stem out the wall, and then I'll tie it in later. But that way he can get his concrete and dirt work done. So I got to go buy some 4-inch septic line and probably move that pile just so it's easier. But I got to get that thing to vibrate. Oh yeah, and then there's this bobcat, and she's buried. Hoping the side-by will pull it out. So this backyard has always been really wonky. So when we dug the hole out of that, I took that dirt, graded it out in here, and I have one low spot. So not terrible. We'll get that filled in and graded out, and then we'll plant some seed. But yeah, little dink, she's buried. She's buried good. So I think I'm going to pull the side-by around over to here somewhere and try to winch it forward, because I don't think going back is really my option. But we'll get it out. We'll get it out All right, so that's the plan. We're just getting home and getting offloaded, getting things cleaned up and put away. But oh shit, I'm holding you the wrong way. But it was a fun weekend, and I did enjoy making those videos and taking you along with me. And hopefully you'll like them. Like and subscribe. Adventure Alaska. If you just find my videos just running across them, give some support. I would really appreciate it. Make me feel like I'm doing something, because I'm not a smart man, but I struggled through trying to make these videos and even remembered to turn on the camera. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and it was a fun weekend making videos. But alrighty guys, I will check back in with you later. This will probably be the final video for this day, so we'll make some more videos tomorrow of us trying to get that bobcat unstuck and get the chicken coop ready for moving the chickens out. Alright guys, see you another day.